Telltale games used to feel a very specific and kind of niche, I would say, demand that has been left uncatered for ever since Telltale almost went bankrupt. Ex-Telltale employees, however, along with ex-Ubisoft and Night School Studio employees, got together back in 2018 and created the aptly named AdHoc Studio, which was created ad hoc to fill these specific shoes and cater to this specific niche audience of interactive narrative point-and-click games. The talent is clearly still here, however, as the studio has been working on their first game, Dispatch, for a while now, which is set to release later this year. I tried the demo and I could feel the same Telltale spark was still present in this game as well. It felt like a new and improved Telltale game with better graphics and mechanics, but still very well written and acted out as well. It simply felt like a bigger, better, and improved Telltale game overall. In Dispatch, you play as Robert Robertson, a former superhero whose mecha suit was destroyed and is now working as a dispatcher for superheroes. Your job is to manage a team of misfit superheroes. Different emergencies happen around the city, and you will have to strategize and decide which superhero is best fit to handle said emergency depending on their stats, strengths, and weaknesses. At the same time, you will have to make other choices that will also affect office politics, personal relationships, while also being on a path to return to being a hero yourself. I understand that this may not be a game for everyone, as some might find the gameplay boring, for example, but for those of us who love Telltale games, this will be immensely enjoyable. Besides, this type of games were never designed for mass appeal. They are a pretty niche genre and style of games in general, so they don't have to please everyone, just their niche fandom and audience who love this type of games. And Dispatch definitely looks like it can deliver on just that. The cast here is pretty impressive as well, especially considering that this is AdHoc's first game ever, as they've managed to land Breaking Bad actor Aaron Paul as their lead voice actor and a number of other very well-known actors, voice actors, and even YouTubers. They've all done an incredible job, at least from what I could tell while playing their short demo of theirs, and I cannot wait to play it later this year. One thing is for certain though, this will definitely be a day one purchase for me. But there is another very interesting fact about AdHoc Studio, as the now revived Telltale Games approached AdHoc Studio back in 2018 and asked for help with the Wolf Among Us sequel. And of course they accepted, especially since AdHoc Studio is partially founded by the original directors and even the original writer of the first ever episode of The Wolf Among Us. Though I'm afraid we will only have more news on the development of The Wolf Among Us after Dispatch is out, because obviously they will prioritize their own game first, as they should of course. And last month, Critical Role Productions announced that a game set in Exandria, so a D&D setting essentially, is currently in early development through a partnership with AdHoc Studio. So it's safe to say they have their hands full, but I am more than happy to hear more interactive, point-and-click, story-driven games are already planned and being worked on, especially since I feel like everyone focuses on big AAA games and massive studios with massive budgets and influence in the gaming sphere, when in reality it is small indie studios comprised of a small team of talented and passionate people that usually deliver the best games nowadays. Since bigger studios tend to have to answer to even bigger publishers and investors who usually are the ones who dictate what should or shouldn't be included in the game, forcing the devs to compromise, cut corners, and in general alter their original vision of the game. So I, for one, am more than happy to continue supporting the small yet incredibly talented studios and groups of devs who prioritize quality over quantity and make games for the sake of entertainment and not as a means to make a political statement of any sort or solely because they want to make more money.